would you rather a C9
Or this?
to pick up your parents?
Or this?
This. Why? Because you pump less petrol.
Yeah, because my parents live in Johor Bahru. I can go, come back and drive them around. Still got full tank. Still got some petrol.
But the C9 on the highway will be like, wow. Right?
You see, I picked up my parents in the JQ J7.
Right.
And the problems that weren't there before
Come there
when you put your parents in. Because
I
the weight balance is off and then everything falls apart.
Yeah.
So I don't dare with the Omoda. This car, I dare, man.
Yeah, you dare.
I dare. In fact, I took my in-laws in it. No complaints.
No problem.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nothing special, it doesn't
It doesn't wow you.
But it doesn't pretend to be a Range Rover, you know? It doesn't pretend to be a Porsche or something like that.
I know what C9 looks like already. That like it's Cadillac.
Yeah,
it's a Cadillac.
The Lyric.
Right?
What? Not Lyric.
Basically, some Cadillac SUV
Cadillac,
like that one.
You're getting so many hints that this might be a leather frame car.
Might be a truck.
Might be a truck, but it is not.
You get that with X70 as well.
Yeah. You get that feel of, hey, why is this SUV a little bit off-roader in this feel?
Yeah.
Maybe there's something that happened in the Chinese car industry that we are not cognizant of.
I have a feeling in the past, their cars are built quite tough because roads are bad.
Right.
And especially if you're selling in a rural area, their roads can be quite bad and rough. And a lot of them, if you go to your farm, to your communal farm, the farmland issues, communal, you see the roads are scary one.
It's just the highways and the cities.
The cities and the highways is nice, but
I have an alternate theory.
What is it?
I think, when BMW went into SUVs, they literally bought Land Rover to learn how to do it properly.
Correct.
And I think the Chinese missed that step.
Right.
They did a lot of R&D with joint ventures and all that. But I think to learn how to make an SUV behave like a car takes a lot of effort and a lot of spending. So I think when they started to do their own SUVs, the transition was not so organic. Like you see the Europeans, Tiguan drives like a Golf because it is based on Golf chassis.
Right.
Whereas the Chinese kind of missed that transition. So I think
Could it be that these things were actually still trucks fundamentally, as in chassis wise, it's still a truck. Unlike Tiguan, these are crossovers.
Yeah.
Right now, they're basically you take a sedan, give it a higher roof, jack it up, and there you go.
Yeah.
Right?
Whereas the Japanese and the Europeans basically made their sedans into crossovers.
Correct.
And then give it SUV
You have your
styling.
Corolla Cross, your CRV is a little bit like that. Because I remember the first CRV looks like a wagon. Right now, it's like a jacked up wagon, isn't it? Looks like an XC70, S70, V70 SC.
Yes.
Right?
So, and drives like a Civic.
Because drives like a Civic.
Fundamentally, it is a Civic.
It is a heavy, big Civic. That's all it is, right? So the Chinese, on the other hand, I think this thing fundamentally, underneath it is a truck.
Yes.
And then they soften it for the road as opposed to the other way around.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly what happened, but that's what it feels like.
Give me a second. Let's check it out.
Can you hold the camera?
Yeah. Is it inside?
No.
I don't know. I don't see the bugger.
Ant inspection.
Yeah.
The phantom.
I felt something.
Phantom ant.
I felt something. Wait, give me a second. Hello? And then this helps. I don't know why Malaysian cannot tahan at all. A bit of sun. I'm gonna I love it.
It's only an issue when they don't have a cover. This one has a cover.
You know my Brera? Never an issue. No cover, what cover? Oh, God, but I never close it.
You never close
it? Because if I close it, that thing will break apart. So
the Brera, you have your own denials.
But it's not hot. Then I was in the seal. It's not hot. But when I was in the Tesla, it was a bit hot. And I tell you what, I have a nagging suspicion.
The tint.
It's the tint.
Yeah. I think a lot of the manufacturers will say it's tinted from the factory, then they don't bother to apply further tint. They don't realize the factory, when they say tinted, it's tinted for European sunlight.
No, actually the local tint that they put in the case is the Luma, is the one that captures the heat. And then it radiates from there.
Oh, so it's supposed to just reflect.
So to me I sit in a seal untinted. You feel the sunlight but it's not hot. You just see brighten.
Right.
You got like here You put it. Is this hot? It's not. You put your hand here. Is it?
It's not right now. The thing is, I have driven a Volvo C40.
Right.
3-hour drive.
Oh.
Wow. After like an hour plus of
hot.
that hot You know, you touch your hair.
It's hot.
It is hot.
Okay.
That
I don't get that. Because if I touch my hair and it's hot, right?
Yeah.
I will feel it's time to.
Yeah, close it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just need that option. Just let me close it.
Okay.
Sometimes just.
But in the seal, no.
In the seal, no.
No.
Interesting.
Funny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Could be down to the formula of the glass, the tint that they use. All of it is like they do not publish the spec, so I don't know if it's the same between cars.
And could be also because you're in a highway. You're freaking sticking out like a like a car in a highway.
And nothing beats physical buttons,
right?
And for a family SUV,
Tesla disagrees.
But Tesla is a niche. It's an exploration of tech in a certain way. This is a family SUV that's trying to be, like a normal.
The issue why this becomes necessary is because you fail to make this intuitive, isn't it?
Correct.
I think that's a failure on most manufacturer. Even VW. I think I read an article. VW is going back to buttons because it was a wrong move. It was a wrong move because you failed to make this.
To understand how to make it.
Yeah.
But I've yet to come across a
Tesla.
display Tesla.
I start. I run my M6 that day.
Yeah.
I forgot to switch it off. From 9 o'clock at night.
Did it turn off by itself?
No. 9 o'clock at night until 7 o'clock in the morning, it was running. So when I come out, every car was okay except that one was fogged up.
Oh shit.
And I looked at the battery. I was like, oh shit, at 1%.
1% down.
There's only 1% left.
Oh shit.
And it's not going to get to the fast charge.
No, it's not going to get to any charge.
I don't want to break it halfway there.
So you trip in.
Trip in it. I trip in it for 6 hours at home. Got it up to about 18%, 19%.
Tripping cannot, right? It's like emergency use. Right?
Can. If you don't drive it for a day, then okay.
Yeah. But it's like really like.
I made a video on who can own EV. Number one, you must have charging at home.
You must have another car.
Number two, you must have another car. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. I'm a bit snarky in my social media. I shoot them back. It make me feel good. Gives me good sleep.
It's not dopamine rush, that's adrenaline rush. People are addicted to dopamine online. You're addicted to adrenaline. Stop fight. But we're talking about how a lot of our comments on your social media feed, on Autophiles and on even Bobby's one,
they're getting sick and tired of us. All these basically reviewers and presenters talking about Chinese cars. Yeah. Right?
I can understand if you're stuck in the old mentality about just looking at the legacy players. Right. I want to know about what BMW
they are living in 2018 when today BMW launched something. Next day Toyota launched something. That era is gone, bro. It's gone.
Yeah, and to them maybe they look at Chinese cars as a phase. Because it's just they're dumping products. For some makes maybe. The thing is, if the comment that I got for my end was, can you stop talking about Chinese cars because it's getting boring? Yeah. My counter to that is, the Japanese and German cars are boring. We've been doing this for 10 years already. We've seen the cycle. Yeah. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
They will give you 20% improvement over the same thing. No revolutionary change. Yeah. The whole industry has already gone forward. Yeah. And these guys are still stuck in the old ways of doing. They've been doing it for 50 years. Yeah. And you're calling that exciting.
But I'm telling you something. The Chinese are not like the Japanese or the Koreans. You know, when we talk about Koreans, I mean Japanese, right? You look at how Japanese conquered the market in the late 70s, the early 80s. They started lah. It took them 10 years. Yeah. Then by the 90s, they really conquered the world lah. But they never actually toppled the Germans. You realize that they never toppled the Germans. They just shave off the bottom and the medium, slowly climbing their way up to the medium, and some maybe one or two models go up to the top. The Koreans try to do that. They try to do that in a shorter time, but they never shave them off. The Chinese make the Germans look irrelevant in 5 years. It's a different ball game now. Yeah. Anyway, so that's called it. It's a bit hard lah to I can understand lah if you're not seeing it from the inside. Huh? Yeah, that's why sometimes we have to come out from our own caves and see a little bit.
Here's a little bit of a philosophical point lah. Yeah. We all know that in a certain way, cars. Oh, your Porsche is here.
Yeah, my Porsche.
Nice. in a certain way, cars are your penis extension device. Certain cars, if it has a soul, you know,
The soul. My penis is my soul.
exactly your compensation, like, you know, this is my penis made manifest. You know,
Yeah.
look at it, you know,
right.
bask in it.
Now I know why I want a Z9. I was just talking to Bobby. I was just telling Bobby, because Bobby made a video that day. He got flagged for it in Poltan. People drag him through the street. I was looking at all these people. It's like, bro, you guys didn't get memo, isn't it? Haven't gotten it right. Don't worry, in 2 years' time you'll get the memo. It takes a while.
Right.
Bobby made a video talking about what are the cars that will die soon.
Okay.
And he said the first cars that will die soon are the petrol, big CC luxury barge, the big comfortable.
Happening already. What's the biggest 7 Series you can get? 3 litre.
It's not just that. I last over the S220 Crown for the longest time, 2018 onwards.
Okay.
And I told myself, once that thing reach 150,000 ringgit, it's time to buy, right? Toyota Crown, you can't go wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
Now, after what Bobby said, I went and looked at the car purposely because that was what I wanted to buy. Luxo barge from Japan, right? I looked at it and said, if you give me 120 also, I don't want that now. Give me the Z9 GT. Because it looks like a penis.
That's not the point I'm going after.
Yes, but what's your point?
You got a call?
No, it's okay.
Okay, so the point I'm going after is this. We all know that it's your manhood made manifest, in a way.
Z9 GT, Danza.
Cannot make my point.
Yes.
But okay, this is the thing. What happens when, like before this, you would buy your manhood compensation device from the Germans, from
Italians, Germans,
all that,
and Americans.
And then you just absorb that culture. Like you say, my manhood has these values, has this history, all attached to it. And then philosophically, a lot of people are against what the Chinese culture, Chinese CCP culture stands for. It's in opposition of everything that Western values.
Right.
So what happens when your
worldview,
penis,
no worldview, penis,
your sword, your weapon,
your existence,
your manhood is inferior to your enemies. That's where you get this anti-Chinese vehicle.
I do a thought experiment with you for you to see how this point is. For the viewers to also question yourself. Very simple. I tried this with all my friends. I ask you, do you think Elon Musk is a Nazi right winger?
No.
Of course not, right? Stupid, right? But do you know how many Westerners believe that? And do you know why? Because there's this thing called the Western media. And this Western media is a conglomerate of very powerful, very well connected, very great narrative, ideological narrative crafter. And now this is the first time we see this machine. This machine has been working on the rest of the world. The black community, the Japanese in the past, the Chinese, the Muslims, the terrorists, This machine has been pointed at them, making you think these people are what they want you to think. This is the first time this machine has turned at one part of itself and see how powerful it was. I asked 50% of my Western, so I asked selected people that I identify are not exposed so much to Chinese worldview and narratives. Only Western, 50% say, Elon Musk is a Nazi. I'm like, bro, at his level, you think he has the time to worry about Nazism and right-winger ideology? Man, he's beyond that, man. He's got to exist in multiple narratives. And you are using a small lens of a narrative that is even false to view him. So it tells you how powerful and why your worldview thinks that China is against every value that you have. It's because this machine
has
been working.
Your mindset,
you are a product of this machine.
Okay.
But I know, man, it can be difficult. I read Paul Tan all the time, and I can see that mental disconnect that these people get all the time. Last time is EV easy to burn. Then the data come out actually is lesser. Then harder to put out the fire. I know. Let's move the goalpost.
And during the launch drive, they had the Chinese engineers there. And I was trying to get them to explain to me what is this gearbox, because it's just labelled as DHT, dedicated hybrid transmission.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, is it an automatic? Is it a dual clutch? And they all cannot give me an answer because it is a bit complicated.
Oh, is it?
So I'm trying to determine, is there a clutch there? Is there a torque converter? And they're all like, no, you cannot give me an answer. But essentially it is
You found out lah.
No, I cannot find out.
Oh shit.
But it's one of those transmissions where the electric motor is inside the housing of the transmission.
Okay.
And it's very integrated to the engine.
Okay.
So if one system failed, everything failed kind of thing.
Okay.
But I have no complaints about when the engine comes in, when the electric thing takes over. Because I've been on this car and at highway speed 120 going downhill, engine goes off. That kind of thing. You don't even feel it.
Yeah.
You cannot tell when the petrol engine is on.
Okay.
So yeah, just the way it actually works is very, very impressive.
Not bad. I'm actually very rarely do I get impressed with lower cost Chinese product.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's no secret that the top tier Chinese product we are quite impressed. But this is not bad. I mean it's so mundane in a good way, right?
Yeah. Usually this kind of car, the main thing is pricing. It is like 30% cheaper than your Japanese rival.
Yeah.
Or priced like one size lower.
Yeah.
And everything else is done to a 3+ score.
And then you come in here, the first thing you do is where's the mistake?
Where's the mistake? Yeah. This car is the opposite, man. This car is like, okay, you are benchmarking above your Japanese peers in a lot of places that matter.
Right.
And then on top of that, your pricing is one segment lower.
I know, right?
Yeah. So I'm blown away at how they got everything right, and how they're not even charging a premium. And the freaking we'll get into value later.
That's good, man. That's really good mileage.
Yeah. So in real world, right, this is an exceptionally good performing car.
In Hainan, there's this competition of Chinese manufacturer pumping their car to full, those hybrid ones and then running around the island until they run out of battery.
But it's just a loop.
But the loop is about 1,000 kilo.
Okay.
So the winners are 2,000 plus kilo. Whoa! Then they celebrate as the car break itself. They celebrate that over champagne. There's a competition going on. It's quite 2,400 kilo. Gila.
To be honest, if the car doesn't slow down and pick up speed, it's possible.
It's possible,
because your wasted energy is in acceleration.
Yeah.
So if you're just going a loop, that
it's quite interesting.
The last 500 meters is just when the engine is out of petrol and you're still coasting on the weight of the car.
Everyone doing this. Anyway, so what's your score again?
4.6.
Wow! 4.3 for me.
I have issues with design. I have issues with mostly design. I don't like the interfaces.
Right.
I don't like that they hid away physical control.
Okay.
But performance-wise, very, very minimal complaints.
Tesla changed me. You don't give me this, also never mind. As long as this works, I have to say Tesla works. BYD one is okay.
So Tesla calls itself a software company.
Right. Yeah. It really works. To the extent that even this now is half necessary. Like right now if I go into R, right? Yeah. In a Tesla it will automatically... no, I don't need to go into R, sorry. In a Tesla I press this and I turn, straight away it will go into R. So it detects what's going on. It's just there's no way you're going in front.
Yeah.
Alright, so the only way you're going is at the back. So I don't even need to press most of the time. So it's quite good
for me the difference is I don't want to live in a perpetual beta test. I paid 200,000 to be a hamster, a guinea pig.
Beta test is a way for them to excuse themselves if shit goes wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I told you, don't do it.
But anyway, here's the option.
Let us know your feedback.
Cannot. I mean, in a way, that's why I switched to iPhone. Because Android is every generation there's a new beta test one. You see this feature works or not? Try and see.
I maintain this. The Chinese didn't get their internal combustion technology down to a T. I do not know if it's a money problem or it's a tech problem or it's a what problem. I don't know. But the internal combustion Chinese engine, basically the engine itself, generally feels a little bit rougher, and if they give you the power, they fail in fuel consumption.
And a lot of the Chinese players are like, hey, why you not buying me? If you don't look at them, it's like you're acting rich. This one is like there is a niche, but it's a very narrow niche. Because typically hybrid buyers are uncles that are not convinced of hybrid, not convinced of
EV.
electric, But they want
I know.
to try
There was a
something.
point in time when, about 15, 20 years ago, when Prius was the hottest thing.
Yeah.
That was when the youngsters all go to Prius, and then hipsters with the bun.
Man buns.
Man buns. And these people all moved on to EVs now, right? So now you have uncles starting to say, hey, hybrid good. Huh? The same uncle 20 years ago would say hybrid one nonsense. Right? I'm that uncle.
The uncles forgot their own wisdom.
Yeah. But now uncle all say hybrid good. Huh?
Like, huh?
What? Like what? Where are you getting that from? Like why is your memo consistently 10 years too late? But I have to say, having a Corolla Cross hybrid so near in terms of pricing is a real cock block on this car.
It's outselling the Corolla Cross. Hybrid specifically.
This one. Why?
Sorry, no. It's outselling the CR-V hybrid, but it's tailing this. The Corolla Cross is tailing. It's being tailed by this.
So this is chasing the Corolla Cross.
You have 3 entries.
Okay.
Number 3 is
CR-V.
Number 2 is this. Number 1 is Corolla Cross.
How big is the gap?
The gap is very small.
Oh,
it's hundreds of cars.
Not bad. Now that is not bad, because I have to say I'm not an expert in hybrid because I don't look at them. I don't consider buying one, but I know a lot of uncles do. And if you're in a market, I would say this is actually surprisingly good. But the problem with uncles is that how resale value how?
That's always the number one question.
How resale value how?
I tell you this,
Uncle, go and buy the Jaguar latest concept, because there's a car that when you die, which you will, when you die, you can ask your son to burn it because it looks like one of those cars that you burn.
Yeah. But then it's an EV, so it won't go out.
318, Akash was selling 20 over 1,000 that day.
Insane.
Bro!
F30. 20k.
But C-Class maintain value. I don't get it.
Mercedes. Maybe the design language didn't
But new
evolve.
E-Class is not selling. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, my point is this. Very, very good value. And I think GWM's strategy is also not like Chery's. Chery is like, we attack head on, we'll be number 1 in 1 year, that kind of nonsense.
Right.
It works for them, but there's drawbacks. When axle falls off, everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
When your brake has a quote-unquote failure, everybody talks about it.
Right.
So these kind of things...
Things that are not your fault also become your fault.
Exactly.
Like that burn down in Sarawak.
Sarawak. That was because they went and
installed a
dash cam improperly. So, I mean, I don't think GWM
and then people crack their window, go and claim.
Stupid things like that. I mean, they have issues that are generally their problem.
Right.
Gearbox issue, electronics issues.
Right.
Those are their problems. But you cannot control the narrative when you sell that many cars.
Yeah.
GWM is apparently here for the long run.
They are.
They want
really?
Yeah.
Or is that a narrative?
That's the narrative. They want to control the narrative. But that is definitely the way they are going.
Right.
They're not trying to do an MG. They're not trying to do a Cherry. They're trying to slowly build up.
So the biggest problem with the MG is what? Fuel gauge only,
Fuel gauge only, This is not and zero start and cap. It's a very minor problem. You know, I didn't think it would affect me.
Yeah.
But when I got the test car for like 1-2 days,
Will I die?
when I'm driving alone, I don't care. But the moment my wife is in the car, you know, I have like
no, but they got zero star because of
no
technical
ADAS.
issue.
Yeah. But still, it works on your mind.
Bro, your car, half your car has no
But my wife doesn't sit in old cars. When she's sitting in the car, we are in her house.
Right? They're not plain Jane. Like, what is that? Like fucking
Like MG4, that kind of thing.
Well, MG4 at least looked like whoa, like whoa, it's like whoa, like you can imagine like a Traver, all those things.
Yeah.
But you know who is a plain Jane? I realized Geely is a plain Jane. Look at Ermas. Fucking you.
Yeah, so generic, man.
Like what the hell?
I saw an Ermas which was D-badged.
Yeah.
I was literally like, what car is this? I don't know.
It's like some design school student project.
Yeah.
It's like, and the title of the project is Future
car.
Future without offense.
No, you know what it is? It's a ChatGPT prompt to create a rendering of an EV.
The Ermas is an AI design EV that does not offend. Yeah.
But yeah,
it's very hard. I know you're giving 10 years.
Basically, the thing is missing is design.
Design is a bit conservative because it doesn't stand out, right?
Because Jeku and Omoda is basically just design. That's the thing that makes it go poof.
Pricing and design. Because technically it's not impressive.
Yeah. It's like a forgettable drive.
Yeah, it is. The C9 not so much. I'm telling you, it's that gearbox.
Yeah.
It's that gearbox because the drivetrain is exactly the same.
Yeah.
So the drivetrain is actually okay.
The C9 doesn't impress me in its drive, you know.